My name is Tiffany. I am a graduate of the Other Side Academy and also a coach at the Other Side Village. Welcome to the Other Side Village. The Other Side Village is different. We at the Other Side Village don't believe that housing is the main solution to chronic homelessness. Our average villager has spent over 9 years on the street. When you've lived for a decade or more on the street, your problem is no longer housing. What you need most is to learn a new way of life, maybe for the first time, and that is rarely accomplished by cobbling together a dizzying set of government or nonprofit services. A voucher here, medication there, vocational training elsewhere, and on and on. I interviewed a few of the graduates who answered the question, what would have happened if we had just given you keys to a cottage without attending the prep school?
If someone had just handed me the keys to my tiny home, I wouldn't have the values I have today. I wouldn't have been prepared to live a meaningful life and full of love and relationships.
If you would have handed me my keys, I would have already lost my home because I wouldn't have had the morals and the tools I needed that I have today.
If they had handed me the keys to a tiny home in the beginning, I would have lost it, just like I've lost everything else in my life.
If you're ready to change your life and become someone who can be counted on, then welcome to the village.
The best way to help people create a great life is the same way I did, through strong and enduring relationships with those who've already done it. The best way to help people learn to live in a healthy community is to bring them into a healthy community. The Other Side Village is a peer-led, self-reliant, safe, sober, beautiful community of over 500 men and women who were previously chronically homeless. How do you join the village? The village leadership team reaches out every day in every place possible to invite people to join the village. In order to qualify, you must have been homeless for a year or more and have at least one diagnosed disability, such as mental health or substance use disorder. From there, the path to the village goes through the Other Side Village Prep School. What is the Prep School? The Other Side Village Prep School solves a problem that has frustrated many well-intentioned efforts to help. City after city has moved people straight from the street into transitional housing, only to see those housing projects quickly degenerate into dangerous slums. But when hundreds of those whose lives are troubled are concentrated in one place, what would you expect? Before moving into the Other Side Village, candidates spend 6 to 12 months at the Other Side Village Prep School. There they develop habits that set them up for success. For example, they learn self-governance, 200% accountability, and pride in work. Self-governance. The neighbors in their prep school run the school. Neighbors help decide on rules, problem solve, and even decide on who is admitted. 200% accountability. The prep school stays free of drugs, alcohol, and negative behavior because every neighbor holds everyone else accountable to maintain a positive environment. They give real-time correction to each other through what we call a pull-up. They learn to confront problem behavior in a group environment. Every day the community gathers and addresses concerns they have with each other. In any community, norms are only as strong as people's willingness to confront violations of those norms. The Other Side Village stays safe and beautiful because prep school neighbors spend months learning to talk honestly and lovingly with each other about problems. Pride in work. Prep school neighbors pay nothing to attend, but they are required to work. They prepare group meals, clean and care for the prep school property, and learn to hold jobs in one of the village's social enterprises. By the time they graduate, 100% are employed and capable of being financially self-reliant. But even more important, they've redefined their place in the world by taking pride in something they have to offer. Why does it work? The most important key to success in the village is that it is peer-run. Our leadership team includes many who have spent years on the streets themselves. They are able to help someone learn to escape their past because they've done it themselves. And does it work? Yes. 80% of those who enter the prep school graduate to the village. In a ceremony we call a bridge crossing, they are recognized for their success and welcomed into a neighborhood with people who will continue to help them grow as they help others do the same. In the village, villagers continue to practice everything they learn in the prep school. The Other Side Village is not a housing project. It is a community of imperfect people who love each other enough to help one another grow. In other words, it's a family. Would you like to be a villager? You don't have to live in the Other Side Village to be a villager. Our village includes tens of thousands who support our social enterprises and volunteer time. You can help build the village through your financial contributions. While the village is working its way toward complete operational self-funding, we need the help of many for the initial costs to build it. However you decide to join, your life will never be the same once you become part of this remarkable testament to human potential. We hope you've enjoyed this visit to the Other Side Village.